Hey everybody, welcome back to the Hangar Deck. Um, I wanted to say right off the bat, I wanted to apologize for not putting out any content for a while. Um, I have two passions in my life. One is my family, of course, and the other one is building models. Also photography, but mostly building models for my hobby. But that comes at a price, and that price is I have to do a job, and I travel a lot in my for my work, and the last few weeks have been really busy. The I'll tell you a funny story. I do the scheduling at work as well as doing field assignments, and I saw last week on the calendar several weeks ago. And I thought to myself, I am going to schedule myself in that entire week. I am not going to schedule a service call that week. And I was holding to that hard and fast. And sometimes that's a lot tougher than what it sounds. And there's people that need your help, customers that need your help. And a lot of times the only way you can do that is on site. But I was not going to schedule myself for a trip that week. I'd been on the road week after week, and sometimes 3 days, sometimes 5 days. Just wasn't going to do it. So I came back from a trip on a Thursday, I believe, maybe even a Wednesday. And I slept with my window open Friday night, slept with my window open Saturday night. Saturday afternoon, I went to the Kansas State game and sat in as somebody said, a lobster pot. It was really hot. Saturday night, I slept with my window open. Both Saturday morning and Sunday morning, when I awoke, I kind of had a sore throat, but it went away by 10 o'clock the next morning. So I didn't think a lot about it. I thought, okay, it's allergies. Then Sunday evening, I started feeling kind of bad. Nose started running quite a bit. And then Monday, I went to work. I had to go to the dentist. Um, I felt okay, um, but I could tell I had some kind of sinus thing going on. Figured it was probably late fall pollen, whatever. And by Monday evening, after late afternoon, early evening, I was starting to really feel it, and I was really tired. And I thought, okay, and my nose was just running off my face. Sorry to be so graphic, but I started taking some allergy medicine, and then Tuesday morning when I got up, I felt like warmed over death on a popsicle stick. And I thought, man, if I didn't have to go to work today, for a nickel I would stay home. But I'm going to tough it out. I'm a tough guy. I'm going to tough it out. So I went on to work. I checked my fever. Didn't have a fever. I could smell okay. I could taste okay. Everything seemed to be pointing to just some kind of sinus thing. So by noon Tuesday, like I was feeling horrible. And I thought, well, I'm going to make myself some tea, and I'm going to see how I feel. So I decided to make myself some of this herbal tea. It's really good, smells really great, and I had some, I don't know, earlier in the week or something, and it was really good. Opened this container, took a big whiff of it, smelled absolutely nothing. I mean, it was like it wasn't even in the jar. That, coupled with the way I was beginning to feel, my eyes were hurting, my skin was hurting, my head was hurting. I'm thinking this is not a good situation. So about 1 o'clock, I left work, called the doctor on the way home. They said, we will not see you until you have a COVID test. I understood that. Got a COVID test the next morning at 10:30. Doctor called me about 11:15, said, "You are the lucky winner of a trip on the COVID train." So Wednesday, I was actually starting to feel a little bit better. Tuesday night, I thought I was going to die. I really did. I had, my heart rate was way high. And my wife said, "I'll take you to the hospital." And I thought, I don't want to go to the hospital and just waste the money. I'm taking steps to make sure I'm okay. But anyway, Wednesday, the doctor called, said, "You do have COVID. I want to put you on the antibody treatment, and it's really doing great things." So I went ahead and had that. By 3 o'clock Thursday morning, I was really starting to feel better. But I didn't feel like coming down here to the hangar deck until about Friday. But I was able to work, and of course, I was quarantined, so I was able to work from home. Got a lot of model building done. Built a beautiful F-3F biplane fighter from Accurate Miniatures. Built this F4F-4 Wildcat and got it all weathered out. I've got a little bit left to do to it today, and I thought maybe I'd do a little video on that too. But now I want to show you a couple other things, a couple of really fast tips and tricks that I do a lot. So because I travel a lot, I get a lot of these hotel key cards. And one of the things I do with that is I put some of this wide format masking tape on the card. And then when the tape gets dirty, I just pull it right off. So you might think, well, why are you doing that? Well, for easy cleanup. So I'm going to take this wide format masking tape. I'm going to put the card right here. Flip the tape around like that. Pull it up like that. Make a quick snip. Flip that tape around. And now you have the perfect palette for mixing paint, for putting a little super glue on to transfer to the model. And I have several of these that I'll be resurfacing today. And if they get torn up, no big deal, throw it away. The other thing that these really work great for is if you want to cover up an area and you want to shoot some paint or something on an area, and you want maybe a feathered line, or you just want to protect the clear parts or something from getting the paint on it. It's a really quick, down and dirty way to shield an area. I got this idea from watching house painters put up these standard blocks that are, I guess it is a blocker, and they would block an area and spray paint it and just keep going up, and that would stop the spray paint from going where they didn't want it to go. So I wanted to show you that. Also want to show you what I use for a gloss coat. This is Duraclear High Gloss Coat. The entire bottle cost me $7.99. It's fairly thick, so you have to thin it, but the flip side of that is it lasts a long time. I spray my models with this gloss coat before I put on decals. If I do decals, this is actually a hybrid finish, if you will. The national symbols are painted on. I cut a stencil with a stencil cutter, and so those are painted on, and then like the number 2 here was actually part of the decal. So you don't get that silvering around the decal. You spray the entire model with gloss coat so it has a really nice smooth gloss finish. Then you put your decal on, and then you hit it again with gloss coat to seal everything up. So I've done that twice now. You also gloss coat your models before you do any of the washes, because that way it's easy to take them off. If you gloss coat it with an acrylic, that's what I do, then you can use mineral spirits to clean it off, and it doesn't affect your acrylic finish. Little tip there. But yeah, as you can see, we did a nice job weathering that model all the way around. And now it's just about ready for the matte finish. Notice I put the clear parts on before I did the matte finish. That was dumb. But I've been known to do dumb things. But I will use my little credit card here just to block that area before I hit everything else with the dull coat. So that'll work really well. The last thing I want to show you are these little fellas right here. I picked these up at a garage sale. These are what's called egg poachers, and they fit down on a little deal that has holes in it. You fit this in, or set this in here. You put your egg in here, and then it boils. Hot water or hot steam comes up and poaches your egg. Well, I don't eat poached eggs, but what I do is I mix paint. And so you can pour your paint right in here. A lot of times what I'll do is I'll set this at an angle. I'll pour my paint right here, pour my thinner or my other color in, mix it all up really good, pour it into my airbrush, and then this cleans up really easily and really well. Because it's stainless steel, the paint doesn't stick to it really well. Throw this in a little hot soapy water and this baby is clean in no time. I will be mixing my gloss coat or my flat coat a little bit later in this, and I may shoot a video of that just to kind of show you how I mix it. So that's what I needed to show you today, and so these are just a couple little tips and tricks, and I'm going to tease you a little bit. Probably after the first of the year, I'm going to be doing a video of an entire build of a P3C Orion. And the reason why I'm going to do that video is I actually worked on P3s when I was in the Navy about 100 years ago. And so I know a lot about some of the inner workings and the mission of the P3, but I know even more about the outside, the paint schemes that were being used in the late 70s, early 80s, before we went to all this dull stuff. And so we'll have a good time talking about the P3 and the ins and outs and what it took to maintain it as we build that model. So we'll be putting a lot of tips and tricks into action when I build that. So be looking for that. And like, share, and subscribe. Big shout out to Max of Max's Models. I sent him one of my videos that I did a walkthrough of a model museum where they just had about 5,000 kits of unbuilt models at Plains of Fame. And Max was nice enough to mention me on one of his models and link that particular video in the comments section. And quite a few of you have visited my channel, and some of you even subscribed just by following Max. So that's really great. I enjoy the heck out of Max. Max is the model man. I mean, he has done so many great histories and of models and model kits. And I just encourage you to go look at his channel. In fact, I think I'm going to link his channel in my comments. So many of you already know about him, already know about Max. All right, that's it for right now for the Hangar Deck. This is Tom, and I'm Tom Andrews, and I'm signing off. Had a great time talking to you, and I'm going to edit this video and get it up later today. Talk to you later. Bye.